Hi, and now this video will seem out of place in my catalog, but it's important to talk about as the subject is something I take very seriously. Hana Kimura was already a star, but her potential was very worth keeping up with at the time. But this isn't about her talent, because regardless of potential, regardless of status or gender or image or whatever, your life is important, no matter who you are. If you're not aware, Hana Kimura took her life on March 23rd, 2020. It was during isolation from the pandemic. She was all alone. The amount of times I sit and think about being in that situation, with the mental distress she was feeling in the mind and body that was so young, too young. It's sad. It deeply upsets me. Hana Kimura became a cast member for the Netflix reality show Terrace House. The show is strange. Like every reality show, the events are scripted and organized with reactions kept as in the moment as possible, but also heavily edited to tell stories and arcs. But the weird part about the show is that there are these adult commentators who react to the show and they're cringe. During one episode, a cast member washed Hana Kimura's wrestling attire, so she made a tiny fuss and aggressively pulled off the guy's hat. That was it. This is the incident. If you watch it and it pisses you off by how nothing of an event this was, it should. Because after this event, these cringe adults commentate, and then the audience members form an opinion from them, and they went and harassed Hana on all her socials. They would raid Stardom live streams and harass her there too. And mind you, this was during a global pandemic. She didn't have a wrestling to distract her. She had a single apartment to herself until it became too much. All for what? Because these cringe, low-rate comedians on a dumb, fake Netflix reality show scripted an event for her to be heelish. And I don't want to dismiss her pain that she was definitely feeling during this time, but this never should have happened. Suicide is the 12th leading cause of death in the US. 1.2 million attempted to take their life with 130 successful every day. Men are 3.88% higher to take their own lives, but young girls are specifically on the rise. Both are disturbing trends, and 93% of adults think suicide is preventable, because it is. I am not a professional, but I can only relate my own experience and thoughts. You never ever know what people are going through inside. Hana Kimura would never seem like the type, but the internet brought her down to such a dark level. Stuff like this bothers me greatly. If you are struggling with mental health, please seek support from people around you. It will be harsh because you'll realize who actually cares for you. But if you have a support system, don't be afraid to lean on them. And if you are a best friend to someone, check on them. As the best friend, you should know when your friend is distressed. That is your job, okay? If you are lonely, have no support system, no friends, know that people do love you. It's hard because that's so abstract, but the majority of people out there are dealing with the same thing. Depression is an individual sickness, but it's ubiquitous in today's age. So consider seeking help. Depending on your state, this could be relatively smooth or very difficult. And when your mind is yelling at you, it's really hard to imagine a time where you can even brave yourself out into the world to seek help. I understand. And maybe you can't because your finances won't let you. If this is the case, I feel for you greatly. If there's anything that gives you comfort, lean on it. Control as much as you can control. Be respectful to yourself. A walk outside can do wonders. Even if you're by yourself, a walk outside with fresh air can do you wonders. Get outside of this environment that does bother you sometimes. For me, it was my bed. I had to get out of my bed. If none of this applies to you, if my words or respect for your struggle mean anything, then just allow me to say, I would be sad if you were to pass away. On my wall is Hana Kimura's shirt, there to always remind me, be kind. Everyone deserves to be able to love themselves. So be safe, my friends.
Loading